Well, welcome to On the Mat with Lydia, that's me. And whatever has brought you to your yoga practice today, you are very welcome here. Today's practice is a short and sweet pre-bedtime flow to prepare you for a restful night's sleep. So this flow is a little bit slower, a little bit more gentle to really wind down after a long day and prepare you for sleep. So you might want to hop into pajamas or sweatpants, make sure that you're comfy cozy because you might fall asleep right after this practice. So let's get on the mat. Let's begin our practice lying down on our bellies in crocodile pose. So make your way onto your stomach. And as you do so, allow the legs to spread out wide on your mat. Stack your forearms one on top of the other and rest your forehead down on top of your arms. So you might feel here that you're creating a little bit of a back bend in the upper back, allowing the hips to sink, but keeping the chest slightly lifted. As you rest your forehead down here, you might close your eyes if that feels safe and comfortable for you. You might wiggle the hips a little bit side to side until you can feel your hips and low back release. And as you breathe here, allowing yourself to really relax into the support of the mat. As you notice the rise and fall of your breath here, you might find that you're feeling your breath moving into some different places in your body. So when we're laying on our stomach, we can feel a little bit more into our back body, allowing each inhalation to expand into these muscles around your spine, your lower back, your hips. And with each exhale, relaxing these same muscles. And feeling that as you continue to breathe here, coming into that rhythmic pattern of breath, that your own inhales and exhales are creating this almost trance-like state that's drawing you deeper and deeper into this place of rest. For now, in our crocodile pose, let's take 3 more rounds of breath. In through your nose, out through your nose or mouth. At the bottom of your next exhalation, feel your navel lift up towards your spine and gently hold it there. Begin to lift your head away from your hands. Slide your hands to either side of your rib cage and rest your forehead back down onto the floor. Walk your legs so that they're in line with your hips now, making a number 11 with your lower body. And then rolling your shoulders back, push into your palms, lift your chest into a baby cobra. As your heart lifts, anchor your pelvis down. Push through the tops of your feet so that your knees lift off of the mat just a couple inches. Keeping your navel lifting up towards your spine here. Let's stay for another inhale. As you exhale, slowly float back down to the mat. Pushing into your hands, push down to your feet. Take an inhale, press up through all 4s. Come into your tabletop position. So as you readjust here, take a moment to wiggle around. Take any organic movement that your body needs here. Eventually stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, finding that tabletop. As you inhale, draw your shoulder blades together. Let the heart lift into your cow pose. As you exhale, round the upper back, tucking your chin to find your cat. Inhale for cow, stretching through your front body. Exhale for cat, rounding, stretching through your back body. Let's take 2 more rounds here. Inhaling and exhaling. Allowing your breath to be smooth and steady here. This is a nice slow flow tonight. At the bottom of your next exhale, meet back in your neutral spine, finding your tabletop position. Tuck your left toes behind you, slide your left heel towards the back of your mat, and pause here for a few breaths in a calf stretch. So feel that your navel can still hug in and up towards your spine, staying long from head to tail. Let's take another breath in here. And breath out. Now keeping that left leg extended behind you, travel your toes towards the right side of your mat until your left leg is crossed behind your right. Take your gaze over your right shoulder, maybe catching a glimpse of that left heel, and finding a stretch through your side waist. So you have the option here to stay on your palms or drop down to your forearms. Wherever you are, keep lengthening back through the left heel. Keep gazing over the right shoulder. And let's stay for another breath in. And breath out. Inhale, bring your head and shoulders back to center. As you exhale, bend into your left knee, drawing your thighs together. So you're making kind of an X or a crisscross with the legs. Step your feet out nice and wide here so there's some space between your heels. And then slowly walk your hands back until you come all the way down to sit between your feet. Now, a few options here if that's not feeling great for your knees. You have the option to keep that bottom leg straight and keep that front knee about stacked over the bottom knee. Now, if that's still not feeling great for you, you might sit up onto a pillow or a block. That'll help to lift your pelvis and take some pressure out of your knees. Now, as you settle into your Gomukhasana or cow-facing legs, flex through the feet, find a little energy there through the ankles. And then take your thumbs and press down into your hip sockets. So using this pressure to help your sits bones ground, both so that you can sit a little bit taller and so that your hips can find space to open. Now, once you feel like you've found that place in the pose that works for you, fingertips come to either side of you. Take an inhale to get tall. As you exhale, send your heart forward as you fold over your legs, any amount. You might find it's nice to walk your hands in front of you to support you as you fold, helping you to send the hips back and down as your heart continues forward. Now, no matter where you are in this shape, we're looking for sensation in the outer right hip. So if you find you need to wiggle or readjust in any way to find a sensation that works for you, please feel free to do so. And we're staying in longer holds here during this practice so that we can really tap into this parasympathetic nervous system side of our bodies, this yin side, this feminine side, that really enjoys and relishes in this state of rest. So know that the time for activity has come and gone. Your day is coming to a close. And now you have permission to rest. Let's take another inhale here. Exhale completely. Inhale, slowly walk your hands back towards you as you sit up tall once again. Hands come behind you as you rock back and unwind your legs. Stretch your legs out in front of you and give them a shake. Beautiful. Now rebending your knees, plant the soles of your feet. Bring your hands to the backs of your thighs and use that to pull your spine upright, getting a little taller on the sits bones. Then continue to wrap your arms underneath your legs here. Tuck your chin towards your chest as you lean forward into the thighs, giving yourself a nice big hug. Allowing your head to settle down, maybe between the knees. Really rounding the spine here, curling up into this little cocoon. And slowing the pace of your breath here. Notice what it feels like to be held by yourself. Let's stay for another breath in here. And breath out. Inhale, slowly sit up tall once again, but let's keep that connection of chest to thighs, almost as if your thighs are a pillow for your heart. Flex your feet, lifting your toes off the mat, and reach down and grab either your outer ankles or the outer edges of your feet. Keeping this connection between chest and thighs, slowly start to walk your heels forward, little by little, step by step. And the moment that you feel your chest begin to disconnect from your thighs is the moment that you stop walking the feet. So keeping that pillow of the legs as you bow your head down once again, coming into this variation of our seated forward bend. So in this case, it's okay if your legs are not straight. It's okay if they're not even close to straight. We're looking, yes, for that sensation into the hamstrings, but also for a stretch in the back body as well. So again here, if it feels safe and comfortable for you, you might allow your eyes to close. In doing so, helping to relax the muscles of your face, but also really taking your attention inwards. Giving yourself the chance to tune in to your body, to your breath, to your thoughts and your emotions. And in this way, being on your yoga mat, moving through these postures, is giving you the chance to integrate everything that you've experienced during your day today. And we'll rest here for about 5 more rounds of breath. During that time, you might notice that naturally you can sink a little closer to your thighs, or maybe your knees get a little bit straighter. But there's no need to force your body into any particular shape. Let's take one more inhale here. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, slowly sit up tall, lifting the crown of your head towards the sky. Seated up tall, take a breath in and breath out. Then crossing one shin in front of the other, rocking onto hands and knees once again. Finding your tabletop position. Again, you can wiggle around a little bit, take some movement until you settle in. And stacking your joints, finding a long spine. Tuck your right toes behind you, slide your right heel towards the back of the mat. Feeling into that calf stretch here, length from your heel all the way through the top of your head. And let's stay here for another breath in and breath out. Keeping your right leg extended behind you, move your leg over towards the left side of your mat until your foot crosses behind your left leg. Take your gaze back over your left shoulder, catch a glimpse of that right foot, feeling into the stretch for your side body. Now maybe you choose to drop down onto your forearms here. Maybe you stay lifted on the palms. The choice is yours. And wherever you are, notice if your rib cage is beginning to dip down, creating an arch in the back. Instead, can you draw the navel and the rib bones up so that you can find that length once again in your spine? Let's stay for another inhale here. Exhale completely. Inhale, slowly bring your head and shoulders back to stillness, rising onto the palms. As you exhale, bend your right knee and kind of hook that right thigh behind the left. Feet open out wide so there's space between your heels. Then slowly walk yourself back until you can sit between your feet. Now again, you have options here. Perhaps you straighten that bottom leg, keeping that top leg bent. Maybe you sit up onto a prop, lifting your pelvis so that it's a little less pressure on your knees. Whatever works for you here, find that place where you get sensation in the outer left hip. And then using your thumbs, press down into your hip creases and do a little down and out motion, almost like a wrench, moving down and out. Feeling this connection of sits bones to the earth and feeling this release for your hips. Now fingertips come to either side of you here as you sit nice and tall. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, send your heart forward. Keep the tailbone grounded, coming into your forward fold. Perhaps your hands walk out in front of you, giving you some support as you fold forward. Allowing your head to drop down, your chin to tuck in towards your neck. And breathing into whatever you're experiencing in this pose. When we get into the hips, it can potentially be quite an intense experience. If that's the case for you, know that you can always come back to your breath to find some more ease. Equally, if you find that in these moments of stillness, your mind begins to wander, you can use your breath to always bring you back to center, to bring you back home. And with your last few rounds of breath here, you might naturally melt a little deeper into the pose. Again, no need for forcing here. We're all about ease. And with your next natural inhale, slowly begin to walk your hands towards you, sitting up tall once more. Rocking back so that you can uncross your legs. Stretch your legs out in front of you and give them a shake. Now once again, bending your knees, planting the soles of your feet on the floor. This time we'll reach for the backs of the thighs, sit up tall, draw the shoulders back. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, begin to roll yourself down onto your back. Take it slow. And once you reach that tipping point where the head comes down, the legs will come with you, drawing in towards your chest. Now, once you've made your way onto your back, hugging either the shins or the backs of your thighs, coming into this nice ball here so you can stretch your low back. And maybe that means you rock side to side a little bit, massaging the sacrum. And now keeping your thighs close in towards your chest. Open your knees wide, pointing your knees towards your armpits. And then reach for the backs of your thighs once again. Kick your feet up towards the ceiling, allowing your knees to remain bent, coming into this happy baby shape. So your feet are pressing up towards the sky as if you're standing on the ceiling, while your thighs are continuing to draw down and in towards your rib cage. You have the option to keep your hands on the backs of your thighs or reach your arms inside the legs to grab for your feet. Wherever you are, feel that your hips, your tailbone can stay relaxed towards the mat. Taking any tension out of the face, the shoulders, the neck, and allowing your energy to be focused on your hips for now. And we'll stay for another 3 rounds of breath with eyes closed or gaze soft. Allowing yourself to move even more slowly, to welcome in a little more stillness. And at the bottom of your next exhale, gather your legs back together in front of your chest. Spreading your arms out wide into a T or cactus shape to either side of you. Separate your thighs and your chest just a few inches and take an inhale here. As you exhale, slowly lower your legs to the right side of your mat, coming into a twist. Now, as your legs drop to the right, it might feel nice to scoot your hips to the left, giving your low back a little more space here. And from there, finding that you can stack your legs, stack your hips. Perhaps that means you add a prop between or underneath your legs to do so. And settling into this beautiful restorative position for your body. Letting go of the events of the day. Moving more and more into this place of rest, of relaxation, of restoration. You might find that the natural pace of your breath has shifted since the moment you came to your mat. And finding some curiosity, some wonder in this awareness of yourself. Now at the bottom of your next exhale, slowly roll back onto your back, bringing your legs through center. Can readjust the hips as needed if you scooted them off to the side. And with your legs over your belly, let's take an inhale here. As you exhale, slowly drop your knees to the left side of your mat, creating your twist on the other side. And again, readjusting or adding props as needed to make sure you are comfy and cozy in this shape. Feeling your shoulders grounding into the mat so that your chest can open as you twist through your spine. As you pause here in this pose, finding stillness as best you can, use this as an opportunity to scan through your body from head to toe and check in with those places that feel like they're still gripping or clinging or holding on to something. And see behind that physical engagement, that tenseness, if behind that there lies a certain emotion, a certain thought. And recognize that this is a safe space for you to allow yourself to fully relax, to embrace this time of rest. At the bottom of your next exhale, slowly roll back to center, back onto your back. As you arrive, replant the soles of your feet on the floor, feeling that earthing connection to the soles of your feet. And placing your hands wherever they feel natural. Maybe that's by your sides or on your belly. And we'll finish today's practice with a bit of breath work to really bring us into that parasympathetic yin restful state. Let's begin by bringing awareness to the breath, noticing your natural rhythm of inhales and exhales, feeling that rise and fall. And as you continue to breathe, directing your breath down into your low belly, so that as you inhale, your low belly, the sides of your waist, and your low back expand. And as you exhale, these same areas can relax. Now for this breath, we'll be inhaling for the count of 4 and exhaling for the count of 8. If at any point that seems too long or overwhelming, you can instead inhale for the count of 3 and exhale for the count of 6. Continuing with this same deep belly breathing as we go. And I'll guide you through this breath work. So all you have to do is listen to my voice and stay aware of your breathing. Let's begin all together with an inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Now inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final round. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Body relaxed, eyes closed. Return to your natural rhythm of breath. Moving your body slowly, begin to straighten your legs out long on your mat, allowing your arms to rest wherever they may lay. Finding your final resting pose for the night, Shavasana. And this is where I'll leave you for the night. Thank you so much for meeting me on the mat. Namaste.